Hello, welcome back. I'm Bob Picker, and I'm joined here with John and Josh, and we're going to do a little 3D review. Demons, Drones, and Drop Pods, which is our Conquest Warpack review. I think this is the Threat from Beyond, or Threat Beyond. The Threat Beyond, I think. Is that right?
The Threat Beyond.
The Threat Beyond. So, little Astro Militarium theme, I guess, for the Warlord. So, with that, I'll let John start off here.
Okay, I get Torquemada Cortez.
Cortez?
No, there's no R, so yeah. Cortez. Hey, he's a soldier and an inquisitor. He, unlike the others, is an 8/8, so you get 8 cards and 8 resources. He's a 0/8 though. On the backside, he becomes a 1/6. So.
But he loses his cool power.
He loses his cool power, which is sacrifice a unit of this planet to give this warlord +3 attack for its next attack this phase. Limit once per attack. Well,
you're doing some swinging damage.
Yeah.
Because you can sacrifice 2, right?
No.
Once
it's
per
only
attack.
one. Okay,
yeah.
Once per attack.
3 damage isn't bad though. And the guys that stand him up later in his pack will help him out. He's definitely, he does something as opposed to just the +1 damage from the original warlord.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's lots of Astro Militarum guys that want to die.
Yeah, where you get extra effects when they go out.
Like the Psyker from the last pack.
The one that's just going to die anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, might as well sacrifice him and kill him.
Yeah, 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Probably good with Snotlings.
Yeah, does it have to say Astro Military? No, it's any unit. Yeah, so throw a bunch of Snotling cards in there and make a bunch of units and some guardsmen at the same time and
kill them off.
Yeah, well, standing him up will be a problem, but fighting from turn to turn, yeah, he definitely will be. Beefy.
He can take a hit.
A little bit more than everybody else, sure.
Yep. So eight's the first one we've seen with 8 resources and 8 stars.
Right.
You're right, and the 8 health actually.
So he can throw a lot of units out real quick.
Hopefully.
At least an extra unit, maybe that Void Pirate or something that you have that one credit. It's like, oh, do I take this unit or do I take this unit?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're lucky, one more unit at the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah. He's cool. He's interesting. It'll be fun to try out.
So you're going to start the signature squad?
Yeah, there's 4 of them. It's his army, 2-cost army, Cortez henchmen, 1 command hammer, 1 attack, 3 health, soldier, interrupt. When this unit leaves play, ready your warlord, which is what we were just talking about. If you can ready him and have additional things to sacrifice one of these that's maybe low on health and get the 3 attack and stand them up all at the same time.
Yeah, and they have 3 health, so they're a little bit more, hardier than most of them.
Especially for that cost.
Yeah. So they're going to cost you 2, so you can potentially put out 4 in one if you got all of them in hand, right?
Right.
Yeah, and they're great synergy, so.
Yep, really good.
Spinning hits for 1, and then he gets to stand up and hit for 3 again. I like it. It's a good plan.
Okay. Yep, so I got the support card, I guess, for the signature squad. It's called Formosan Black Ship. So that must be a ship he runs around the neighborhood with, huh?
Maybe.
Planet to planet. Alright, so it's an upgrade. It says interrupt. When you sacrifice a non-token unit, exhaust this support to put 2 guardsman tokens into play at the same planet as a sacrifice unit. So there you go. He can start throwing guardsmen out at the same time as the other guy used to.
It's like most locations. It's
if you get it, great.
It's a good synergy with him. Yeah.
Well, I think all of these cards are. It's a great synergy between all of them. It's one of the better ones, I think, between them.
Yeah. I think Anshui was pretty good.
Well, yeah, Anshui was Anshui was the best in my opinion so far, but. No, I like the location. It's not. I like it that it's not like a game winner. Like Anshi's location is a game winner.
Yeah, you put that down.
You're gonna crush face, but that makes him better, makes him good, but it doesn't give you the free win. I mean, sure, he's probably gonna win the fights at the planets he's at, unless you pick off all his little guys.
This with that last Psyker in the last pack. I mean, heck, sacrifice this, give him the +3. I'm assuming you can trigger this. When you sacrifice for his power?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
It's what you sacrifice.
So you do that, you put the 2 guardsman tokens in, and then he's got +3 again.
As long as your opponent doesn't have AoE.
Yeah.
Then you cry.
Right.
I got guys. AoE, they all die. Well,
not so good.
No, that's good stuff.
Yep, so next one?
I get his equipment. It's the Glovoden Eagle. Apparently it's a 2-headed eagle.
Sweet art,
it's a cyborg 2-headed eagle. Attached to your warlord. Ooh, this is the first one that actually goes on the warlord.
Yeah, it doesn't say onto a unit.
Because most of the others all just say attached to whatever you want.
A particular type of unit.
Yeah.
Detached Warlord gets 1 attack. That's good. He can swing without having to sacrifice someone. Detach this card to have it become an army unit with 1 attack and 1 HP in the text. Return this unit to your hand.
So you could sacrifice it or return it, I guess, right?
You could return it for shields if you really need it.
Sure.
It's pretty flexible on how you want to use it.
How do you think about that? Yeah, return it to your hand so you can shield with it.
You can smack with them and then put it back in your hand so they can't ever die. I mean, the eagle itself can't ever die, generally. I don't know.
Save him for a retreat at least so you can bring him back and back to HQ before he dies.
It's a little wonky, but
it's strange, but I think the flexibility makes it really nice. It can be an attachment, so you can just pick something little off without having to sacrifice, or you can turn it into a unit
and sacrifice
it, or pull it back. So if you really are desperate for shields,
yeah, it's interesting.
It's different, which is cool. Different is always cool.
And the last is there's 2 events. 0 cost event. The Emperor protects 1 shield tactic interrupt. When a unit you control leaves play from a planet with your warlord, return that unit to your hand instead. So that's great. If you're going to be sacrifice something, you pull it right back in the hand and play it again next turn and sacrifice it again.
Yeah, you got to think about ender play effects too. Or you have the silly the location that lets you drop a cheap guy back into play.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can do all sorts of silly things.
Or you have a bunch of zeros that you can sacrifice and just keep recirculating for the +3. Penal legions.
Right.
I'm doing the penal legions or whatever.
Well, I mean, it's an event, so you're only bringing 2 guys back to your hand. So.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't most of them have 2 shields though?
Huh?
Don't most of the signature squad supports have 2 shields?
Yeah.
Sorry, tactics, whatever they're called.
The tactics and the signatures. Yeah, I think so.
Have 2 shields.
I don't think a lot of
One always has. One always
At least
has
it's
3.
0 cost. That's nice.
The item always has 3. Yeah. No, that's definitely, you can definitely surprise your opponent with it when he gets the kill on something important. You're like, nope, coming back. Obviously, come into play effects will be good. Can't think of any at the moment, but like when you play a dude, stuff happens.
Yeah, like you draw 6 cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's a few of those, I think, in Astra Militarum. When you come into play, you draw 6 cards. There's their Scholar, I think.
Right, looking for stuff.
Yeah, looking for stuff. So, all right. Well, so that's the signature squad for the Astra Militarum Warlord, the new one. So not too bad.
I think it'll be fun.
It'll be fun to build a deck around. So I got the next card, which is a 5-cost army unit, the Fire Drake Terminators. It is Space Marine. It's got 2 command icons. It's 3 attack, 6 health. It's a soldier, it's a salamander, and it's elite. Another elite card, which is kind of nice for some of the effects that Space Marines have.
Well, anything that costs 5 or more is automatically elite.
Yeah, I guess so. Yep.
That's their rule.
Yep. So it says reaction. After this unit is declared as a defender, deal 1 damage to that attacker. Well, you can get
kill a lot of snotlings.
Yeah.
A lot of snotlings. A lot of nerdlings.
Yeah. Anything little attacking him it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
He's big and beefy and he's a defender. I don't know. He's still kind of expensive. What else can you play for 5?
What?
Can't you play the tank for 5? Or is the tank more than 5?
The tank, the small tank, not the big
tank that protects them.
The
that protects
tank.
everybody.
Yeah, I think it is 5. I think it's 5. It fits in that slot.
I think I'd rather have the tank. I'm sure I'd rather have the tank if it's 5.
Yeah, but I think it only has 5 health. I mean, this is going to give you 1 extra health.
But you can't do anything nasty to your people when the tank's in play.
Yeah. Well, you put this in a tank on, and then you really
playing 2 guys that cost 5 is.
That's one. I hope we get more discounts because that's the problem. There's a lot of really cool 5 and 6 cost units that you just never see because there's really no point. You're better off with the 2s and 3s. So hopefully we get more discounts.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of good because, I mean, late game, that's when you see those units actually start pulling their weight, right? I mean, if you can get a resource gain at the start of the game and then you can drop those later in the planets, I think that's kind of the way the game's set up, I think.
The problem is there's only ever going to be at most 7 turns. Right. So there's not going to be often be that late game. So hopefully we get to see more of this.
I drop lots of 4s in on-sheet. I mean, you have whatchamacallit coming in. The
Ambusher. You kind of hold for that.
Yeah, and I mean, think in Dark Eldar, I don't know. Dark Eldar has a really good 4 with their warlord that kills a guy.
4s are a little easier to handle. 5s and 6s you just don't see as many. Chaos you do. But
and they really need to be game changing too. Yeah, well, Chaos has all the sack stuff. So.
Yeah, Chaos can cheat to get them out, which would be nice if other people can have some ways to get those out too.
Cultists for everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so John, you got the next one.
The Imperial Fists Siege Force. So we're going to see another chapter pack. It's,
Ooh, sweet.
2 costs. They're Soldier, Imperial Fists. They got a command icon. They're 2 attack, 2 life. Reaction: after you deploy this unit, route 1 or more target ally units to this planet. So you kick out
Void Pirates.
Void Pirates and the Void guys, and that's pretty much it, because I think those are the only real allies we have.
Well, except for the Eldar one, the Survivalist.
Yeah, the guys that provide. It seems like allies are just guys that provide resources, so
Yep.
it's a good swing for 2. It's a little more expensive than 1, but it gives you a guy and pushes 1 out. So
It's a two across the board with the command icon. So
Yeah.
plus,
I think it's for owning command for sure.
yeah,
But
Well, for dropships, that's a good card. I mean, then you can, because you drop up to 3, right? So I mean, it's something you could put in there.
nah, maybe.
I mean, if you're building a deck and you need something to fit in.
Well, I think he's good for command. He's
Yeah.
good to push
Yeah.
other people out.
Yep.
So
kick them out, then you own the planet just with him. Yeah.
Yep.
Next card, 3-cost attachment with 2 shields.
You
and
got the fun one, Josh.
Loyal. Is it Nocturne
Yeah.
Ultima Stormbolter, war gear weapon attached to an army unit?
Kick-ass gun.
Reaction. After attached unit damages an enemy unit by an attack, deal damage equal to an attached unit's attack value to another target unit at the same planet.
Oh.
It's potentially quite a bit of damage. It is an expensive attachment.
it is. I think it'd be good on the librarian that does 4.
Yeah.
They can't die.
Yeah.
3 costs. Drop this on him. I mean,
that's
for
the main
6, you're
place
doing
you'd put
6. You're doing 8 damage for 6 costs.
7. The guy's 4. The
Is he
librarian
4?
does
Oh yeah, he's 4. Yeah,
He's
okay.
4 and
So
does
7.
4.
So you're doing 6 for 7. That's not too bad. That's pretty good math, I think.
Yeah, it would be 8 damage.
Yeah.
He has 4 attack. So it'd be good. It'd be annoying. But I mean, putting it on other people, you're basically just painting a bullseye on them
Yeah.
to die.
You are going to be routed. You're going to be sacrificed.
A
Something's
ranger
gonna
guy.
happen to him.
Range guy would be good on it.
Oh.
Put it on like a sting swarm.
Oh,
be
John.
That'd be a good one. Is ambush platform loyal?
Oh,
This is
I just
loyal,
looked
but
at
it's
that
ambush
last night.
platform loyal.
I just looked at that. I don't think it is because I thought about putting it into a.
That'd be pretty funny. I'm gonna ambush in a bolter and shoot you for 8,
Yeah.
7,
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't think it is.
a lot, with an ion rifle.
Yeah.
Shoot for 12.
That would be really bad.
It would be fun.
This card's going to see play.
I mean, it's
There's
loyal,
no
so
doubt.
you'd have to do it in Space Marine, so you'd need a loyal ambush platform. But
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
Yeah, but I think ambush platform is because I was looking at putting it in my deck last night. My Eldar deck because I was going to go Tau Eldar
Right?
or Eldar
It might
Tau.
not be. I don't know, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's been so long since I've messed
Yep.
with Tau.
It'd be fun, though.
It's a really good card. I mean, 2 shields is nothing to woof at either. I mean,
Yeah,
if you don't
it's
have
good.
the resources to play it, it's still worth 2
it
shields.
helps balance the 3 costs for sure.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Okay. Well, I got the first orc card. Snakebite Thug. It's a 2-cost army. It's got 1 command, which is pretty good for an orc because he doesn't look like he's very smart. It's a warrior and it's a boys. It's a 3 attack, 4 damage, or 4, I guess, health.
life, yeah, whatever.
Life, health, whatever you want to call it. Force reaction. After this unit resolves its attack, deal 1 damage to it. So this guy is very synergistic with the first Warlord, which was the brutal guy. So if you drop him into a planet with that Warlord, what was his name? Can't even think of his name now.
The first Warlord?
The first
Warlord.
the first orc that I tried to play that didn't work out, but he would definitely help that because
Sure. I mean, he's just good in
Well,
general. You're
for
paying,
three. Yeah.
you're paying 2 for 3 attack. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a 3/3 if you strike
Right.
first, so that's fine.
Yeah, he's good for anyone. He's especially good in there.
the second time around he's going to be better.
Well, if you have the brutality and the warlords there, but just in general, I mean, you can drop him wherever you want to, and he's going to be frustrated,
And 1 command,
and he could win command.
which unlike a lot of their stuff, you don't have
That's
the command.
helpful for orcs, yeah.
You know,
I get the Evil Sons Warbiker. He's a 2-cost army with a command 2/2. He's the +2 attack while with a warlord orc card because he's a warrior and a boys. So he's he's what he is. It's just the final piece.
Everyone's
the
getting,
orc, yeah.
yeah, everyone's getting one of those.
Well, I guess we get the other one here in a second.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's cool. It's not loyal. It's a warrior. You could put it in the first Astra Militarum one if you really want.
That would help. That would help with the with him for sure. Because he could
three.
actually run 2 then. because he could run their
Yeah,
faction,
right.
because they're both warriors, and give them potentially 3 attack
Sure.
Yeah.
for
This is
cheap.
okay.
For real cheap, yeah.
It's fine. It discourages the warlord from coming to play.
The art on that's really good, though. I gotta say,
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the top of the running right now.
He's an orc. He's a war biker, but he's not a vehicle.
I love it though. I mean, he's got the little smiley face on the front of his bike there. This little upside down smiley face. It's like, hey, I'm coming.
Nice.
It's really cool. All right.
Next card, 3-cost orc support. It's unique. Mork's Great Heap upgrade. Each non-token orc unit you control gets +1 health, and of course it's loyal. And I think we've talked about this a while. It is a problem because it's unique, so you're going to have a wasted card in your deck. But the extra health with brutal is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
It is brutal.
It's really expensive though. So
Yeah, you get the value out of it.
But you're
If
playing
it's early.
In that deck, though, I mean, there's so many ways to get cheap orcs out for like 0 or 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you can get this out on top of it, I mean, if you can get Crush Face out to reduce all your orcs down by 1, I mean, you could easily play for this, and I love it. It's called a Stompa. That's what it's called. Even silent, this Stompa is a beacon to orcs everywhere.
yeah, it's their big vehicle, their dreadnought or whatever.
It's not a dreadnought; it's a Stompa.
Hey, I don't know. It's expensive, but it is helpful. 1 HP is great.
And that's all. That's the Stylings even.
No.
No, each
Oh,
time.
sorry,
non-token.
non-token. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah, non-token. Yeah, I got too excited there. Sorry. Well, I think I want to put this in my deck that I built with the first Warlord, and just see how much it helps with a brutal thing. So
How many would you put? 3 in it?
I'd
Just
probably
to
put 2.
guarantee? Okay.
I'd probably 2 because I got a lot of supports in there anyway. So I mean, I don't want to. I've got the teleporter, and but you sacrifice maybe one of the teleporters and something else.
Now, what support would you cut for it, or are you going to risk losing more units?
Well, I would put I'd play this over the ammo.
Yeah.
I mean, the ammo deep, because that goes counterintuitive, as we talked before. The ammo deep, in this game, you kind of want to keep cards in your hand.
Yeah.
And the ammo deep makes you want to play cards, so you can get that extra card draw.
Right.
So I think you sacrifice the ammo depot for this,
Makes sense.
and put it in, because I think I got an ammo depot or 2 in my, so I just throw that in there for sure. Yep. All right. So I've got the next. It's a Chaos card. It's a 3-cost army. It's Noise Marine Zealots. So it's a 1 command, 2 attack, 3 health. Warrior, Slaanesh.
Slaanesh. I think it's next.
For the next Warlord, I guess.
It's just the next demon.
Next
it's another demon.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says this unit gets 2 attack while it's at a planet with a Warlord, same as the last Orc one. I mean, so I think this fills out the pack, doesn't it? With all the ones that are 2 attack with a Warlord.
I think so.
I think everyone has one now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, it's got 3 health though.
Yeah, well, I think it's a 3 cost because of the Slaanesh.
That you can sacrifice or whatever.
It's the one where you tap and I think you reveal your top card, and if it's a 3 or higher, you get 2 cultists.
Yeah.
So they're building up to make Slaanesh expensive, which is okay, which would be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Solid.
I don't know if I'd play them out of faction.
Yep. You got the next one?
I get the Turbulent Rift, the fun card. Location, it's not loyal, so, I mean, hey. After you deploy an elite unit, deal 1 damage to that unit to deal 1 damage to each enemy unit at that planet.
Oh, with your Nurgle deck.
That can be brutal.
Yeah.
Because you can play multiples of them. You can drop a guy and do 3 damage to him and deal 3 damage to everyone at the planet.
It's really nasty with the core, so that becomes 2 damage. Right?
Right. It would become 6 damage if you had. Yeah, it'd be 2 for each. No,
because you have to be at the planet, right? You have to be at the planet.
So you'd have to have some way to sneak him into play, which there isn't really.
Okay.
You can sneak an elite into play. Yeah, because it's when it deploys.
Oh, okay. I forgot his powers when he's there.
Yeah, when he's
there. But
what was the big slug last time that they got? The big Nurgle slug. Which was an elite
Great
unit.
Swarm or something like that.
No, the one that was eating the guy.
Yeah, it was like the Great Devourer.
Yeah, whatever.
But
I mean, that one I was thinking would be,
doesn't that one do something when it takes damage?
Does damage, I believe.
Yeah, it does damage.
So you would do extra damage when you dealt damage to it for dropping into the play.
So it wipes out everybody. It just eats everything first turn.
Just need ways to get lots more cultists. I don't know.
You get the fun one.
Aphonic Choir. 2-cost event, 1 shield, power, maneuver, Slanesh, deploy action. Exhaust your warlord to have your opponent deal X indirect damage among units he controls. X is the number of units your opponent controls. It could be a significant amount of damage.
Oh, yes. Well, especially late game when you're moving whole stuff from HQ.
And it's not at planets, it's not...
Right, it's total.
Snotlings? Okay. I'll die.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this being really, like, late game where you're moving, like, 8 or 9 troops around as you move out to deploy with your warlord. Or they're sitting at HQ. I mean...
board wipe.
It could be really scary. Especially if you have, like, Turbulent Rift or the Great Devourer to hit their big guys a little bit. Yeah, you can make them unhappy. You can play a couple, you can play a couple in a row, but you can play one every turn. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to exhaust your warlord, so you got to make sure you use it at the right spot. But I mean, you can do some serious damage.
Right.
Yeah. That could be funny. You just pick people apart.
You have 10 troops sitting at HQ? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's everywhere, so you don't actually pick a place. So it
tells whatever they have in play.
All their little guys they lay out. I mean, that could be really good against, like, whatchamacallit, Rush, Dark Eldar Rush, where they're like, I got guys everywhere. Cool, they're all dead. Okay.
Or somebody can take a lot of damage to keep some of these
it's indirect damage, so you couldn't kill people off. I mean, you couldn't be okay, the rogue trader takes 10 and
you have to spread it out. So someone's going to take a lot of damage or to save all your one puny guys. Yep.
Like the warlord.
Or like this little guy. So, alright, I got the next one. It's a Dark Elder. It's a 1-cost army unit. The Campbell Lights. Halfborn. Campbell Light. Halfborn, yep. It's a warrior. It's Campbell Light. It says it's a 1/1 health and attack. Interrupt. When this unit leaves play, draw a card. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a command icon.
Yeah, I wouldn't make him too good if it had a command icon.
But I mean, he would be really nice to have a command icon.
He would be. He'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Even at 2, I'd pay 2 for that.
Maybe. But you can put that rifle on him because he's a Campbell Light.
Oh, that's true. The last one, give him range and +2, right? So then he's a 3/1.
Another target for that.
I guess. I don't know.
Target that won't be around very long.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd play him. Is
it next Dark Eldar Campbell Light?
No, this is the torture guy.
Yeah, but is it Campbell Light though, torture?
No, I doubt it. Campbell Light's its own special faction.
Okay.
But I get Slake the Thirst. Tactic: exhaust your warlord to discard up to 3 cards at random from a target player's hand. Then that player draws cards equal to the number of cards discarded. We were talking about earlier about a mill strategy, but I don't know if you could really do that.
Yeah, you could, because you could play the tactic, or what is it, the witches? Like you pay 1 to get the last event that you played off the top of your deck. So you could potentially play this and play it.
We're slowly getting
it should
off
also
pieces.
have to choke them, and I mean it just.
I'm just saying. I mean that would be a way to get. I think it's the witches that does that.
I think it's when you deploy them though. They get back the top card.
Yeah, there's a way to get events. There's a way to get events back off with Dark Eldar, and it's got to be the top one. And it costs you 0. So I mean, if you can play it a couple times in a row, I mean, you're taking 6 cards. That's over 10% of their deck. You do that a couple 3 times.
But you're also giving them the right cards.
Potentially, yeah. That's a downside.
I think as soon as you see someone play this, you start playing all the good cards right away. Plus, if they get their hand size down below 0, you can't,
it's worthless.
You can't mill them.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
It's weird. Doesn't seem very synergistic with the Torturer that's coming up.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be played. I think it's going to be played more in a choke deck with Kit.
Or we're working towards an actual mill deck, and this might be a piece in it eventually.
Yeah.
We have a Shadowfield. 2-cost attachment, 2 shields. It's loyal. War gear attached to a Dark Eldar army unit. Attached unit cannot be dealt damage by an army unit with printed cost 2 or lower. Considering how many 2 or lower units are, that can be a That can be, it can be a huge pain.
Yeah, I'm just thinking all those 2-drops that Tau have.
Right.
That, make them, and then you put an attachment on them, and they're doing 5 or 6 damage. Well, this takes care of that. It's like, okay.
Put it on something big, and they can't just throw their little guys at it.
I think your problem is the Eldar don't have a lot of big units anyway, so that, whoever's got this is probably gonna die to your first series. Like Stingwing Swarm will probably kill whoever you put this on. But it's 2 shields.
Yeah.
So it could be cool. Could be less than cool. I guess it would avoid Snotlings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Snotlings, all the 2.
I take that back. Snotlings could still kill it. Can't be damaged by an army unit. Snotlings aren't army units.
They're units. But all those ones that do the
the +2. Well,
+2 at the Warlord. So if you have your Warlord with this attached, and those guys drop in or whatever.
It has to be an army.
You can't put it on the Warlord.
No. I'm saying if you have this unit and you have your Warlord there, all those guys become 4 attack, and are doing crazy damage. Well, this guy can't be killed by them.
Gotcha.
You run your Warlord back and then leave those guys there to kill off all those guys.
We'll force you to play at least 3 or higher.
Yep.
But it could be good. It could swing a whole battle.
Yeah, like you said, but Eldar doesn't usually have really powerful unit cards. I mean, they're weenies.
No, whatever you put it on is going to die as soon as something real shows up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I have the first Eldar card, which is a 6-cost army unit called the Mighty Wrath Knight. Sweet card. I mean, the art on this pack is just amazing. It's got a 2 command. It's a vehicle. It's a spirit, and it's a lead, which is weird. It's a vehicle. But it's 5/5, no war gear attachments. Says reaction. After this unit enters play, exhaust each non-spirit unit at this planet. Well, that's pretty powerful. That's really powerful.
And he is really expensive.
He's really expensive.
Right. And he's only a 5. Well, I mean, 5/5 is fine, but
2 command.
He's going to die to a lot of things, and your 6 credits are just going to go
out the door.
Yeah.
Hey, you could put the Corsair, or whatever, the shield unit on him. The armor, right? No war gear.
Right.
Sorry, can't do that either.
He's just gonna, unfortunately.
Forgot about that.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna pop down and do or he's gonna appear and do a bunch of damage, but he has to be your last deploy, or at least once they've run out of money, because you don't want them pulling any shenanigans.
Yeah, like routing him or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's the best part. 6! Haha, Archon Stare. Well, okay. Yeah. Or Archon Stare might be non-elite.
Yeah, it's non-elite, so you can't.
The sacrifice card.
But I mean, if they deploy somebody that routes somebody, that's a different story.
Yeah,
I mean, because those are usually not. They don't usually say elite; they just say route a unit.
Right.
So
I mean, he could be okay. He also could be a waste of 6 points, but it does give them a nice big, scary unit that they can possibly.
He doesn't have mobility though.
No, it's a giant knight thing.
Yeah, the exhaust is nice. You can trigger that at the right time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And the card I hate. Seer's Exodus. It's a 0 cost.
You see no value in this, do you?
No, not at all. It's awful. And it's not loyal either, so Tau, Eldar, and Dark Eldar can all run it. Action. Move 1 or more units you control at a planet with your Warlord to your HQ. It's like the anti-Kayan Strike. I mean, it really takes... that hurts on Shi. I mean, Eldar were already really good against him. It makes them just really, really good against him.
Because then they can...
They run away, yeah.
And you can't go kill him.
You jump over there to kill him, and he's like, well, I run away. Well, I mean, obviously he gives up the planet to run away, but...
Hey, but on we can actually win a planet, right?
Right. I mean, of course...
waste the strikes. I guess if you're facing a lot of him, it might be worth trying.
Well, he can't. Doesn't he cancel? I mean, there's
nullified too.
Yeah, nullified too. So you run this and that, and you have a good shot on Sheath.
Sure, but the Eldar has to be. You have to have a unique untapped Eldar guy to use nullify. So most of the time, you try to wait until he's tapped before you Kayan strike in. But it's a good card. It's really annoying. It really hurts a lot of things. I mean, any kind of ambush, against Ragnar, against. Yeah, everyone. It's
like, oh, you're going to move there? Okay, good. I'm going to get him out of here.
I mean, you do sacrifice the planet, so I think it's fair. It's balanced. Yeah, it just sucks. And I mean, you don't even have to send the Warlord home. You could just send little people home that you don't want people you don't want it to stay at the planet. You know, if you happen to go to planet 4 or 5, you can run a bunch of people home after, so they could deploy with the Warlord again.
So move one or more, so you can move your whole fleet back.
Right.
Right.
Yep, including the Warlord.
Say, okay, fine.
Reposition a bit.
Yeah. So it's not terrible.
Yeah, well, you use that Cayenne strike. Good.
Yep.
It's in your graveyard.
It is.
You're up.
Alright. Next card, Slumbering Gardens. 1 cost support. Location. Interrupt. When an effect would move a unit you control from a planet, exhaust the support to cancel that effect.
All those things like what's the Sicarius is chosen.
Right.
And that's perfect for that.
I don't think it would work against routing though.
No, routing's different, right?
Because routing is a keyword and move is a keyword, so.
But Sicarius is chosen.
I think move is a keyword.
Yeah, move's a keyword.
Right.
Because they put that in the FAQ.
Yeah.
That just came out.
So yeah, Sicarius is chosen. No, it's not on the right side of the wheel, but I was thinking you could combo it with the Heretic. I force him to move to... No, he stays. But that's, those two don't go
chaos
together
with
yet.
chaos.
Yeah. What else forces you to move a unit? When an effect would move a unit you control from a planet. So it could be your own effect.
Yeah,
I don't know why you'd want to cancel your own effect if you're using it.
Like,
You play this, and then...
No. When an effect would move a unit you control from a planet, like an ethereal, like Anshi.
yeah.
You could stop Anshi from running away.
No, it says you control, though.
Yes. My Anshi.
Oh, you could.
You could.
Because it says move back to HQ.
Yeah,
right?
it's with this unit. I'm sure it moves. Yeah, I'm sure it's moved.
Well,
yeah, because it triggers the
so
other.
So you don't need Cayenne strike now.
That's kind of cool. I didn't think about that.
Okay, so they gave you your buffer back.
They gave another one. I mean, that's nice. It allows Anshi definitely to last a little longer in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
The big 4/3 guy and stuff. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
It's going into this deck.
Anshi's not running away ever.
Okay. Alright, I got the first Tau unit. It's a 3-cost army. It's Fire Warrior Grenadiers.
Grenadiers.
I always think that sounds like a drink. I always think it sounds like a Shirley Temple or something.
Yeah, with
Grenadine.
Grenadine, yeah.
Alright. Sorry. Sidebar. So it's a soldier. It's a Sashel.
Sure.
Sashel. 2/2, and it says for each ethereal unit you control at this planet, this unit gets +2 attack and gains 1 command icon. Oh, wow.
Right.
A 3 cost. It's 3 costs though. It's a little expensive.
No, it's not. It's because you play it with like Fire Warrior elites, so that they can't kill him right away. And you Cayenne strike in. You have now a guy that probably does 10 damage, 6. 6 armor bane, 8 armor. Yeah, but come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Anshi comes to visit and he's 4 armor bane.
Yeah. Because without putting anything on him.
Without putting anything on him. I mean, that's so good. It's going to replace the silly carnivore pack I put in there.
That's where you're pulling out.
Yeah, that's fantastic. He's perfect. He's 3 cost. As long as you keep him alive, he's really easy to kill, which is fine because he's really powerful. So
all you need him is to hit once. That's it. With
yeah,
the right combination.
I mean, that's pretty much all of Anshi.
Yeah,
you just needed
one
to hit
strike.
once. That'd be funny is that you could actually turn him into an ethereal.
Yeah,
so that he's a 5 all by himself. How in the even?
It says for each unit you control, so it could be multiple ethereals, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. You can get 6, 8, 10 damage. Yeah.
That's
and then
crazy.
I get
with armor bane.
Yeah. I get the weird sounding one. Xi Myen Orbital City.
That's pretty good. I think you did all right. Okay.
Combat action. Exhaust the support to move an ethereal unit from your HQ to a target planet. Then ready that unit. Because the prelate needs to hit again for 4 armor bane. Or, the warlord needs to come back to give everyone armor bane again. It just... Jeez.
This is as bad as Anshi's signature card. Almost.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty
tough.
It's pretty scary because I think now you're almost considering putting like ion rifles on your ethereal guys.
Because you can come back.
Because he comes back whenever you want to hit for 4, or if you put on the little one, or 7 if you put it on the you couldn't ambush it. That's pretty vicious.
Are those all 2 costs, John?
The little guys? They're only 1. His signature squad is 1. The big prelates are 4. So
the only thing I think that could really hurt on Chi right now is No, is the what is it?
Calamity?
Calamity.
You put them all back in my hand. You're gonna play them back out. No problem.
Yeah, but you lose all your ion rifles and everything else that go to the.
Sure, if you
the
put them
trash.
on there,
Yeah.
But ion rifle is often like Calamity is always played at the end, and the ion rifle is usually a kill card. Because you're putting it on there to win something very specific with it. Because it's usually going on a really cheap ranged guy.
Gotcha.
Or in this case, any Ethereum. It's a lot of really good cards for Anshi. All three, in fact.
It's scary. Yeah, all three. Well, all four actually.
Exodus is kind of. Exodus is actually kind of scary if you think about it, because you have Anshi there, you run home, whoever you want, and then bring them back in, so they can't die. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Sears Exodus is not bad.
Scary. And I thought this was not going to be the Anshi. I thought this might be the Anshi killer pack.
I mean, those two were fantastic.
Yeah.
Anshi,
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't think about the third one, and then even you might be running out of room. Actually, I take that back. There's lots of 2 shield cards in my Anshi deck that could come out.
That you never
for
use.
stuff. No, they're just there to shield. Because Anshi still has the problem that you really can't play non-Tau units because they're so worthless. Because your opponent has a handful of shields. They're just like, I get to shield. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the more stuff you have, the better.
Yeah. So it just needs to all be Armor Bane, and all be awesome.
Yeah. So what do you think you're going to build with this?
I'd like to build with the new Warlord eventually, but both of the new Orc units went straight into my Orc deck.
Is that what yeah, because that's what I want to do too.
That's the problem I have right now. I'd have to take apart my Orc deck to make an Astro Militarum deck, and I don't really want to do that yet. I've had messed around with the Orc deck. It's fun. It did a little better than I thought it would against Anshi, and I made changes to help.
Yeah.
Did it do all right?
It did okay for a while. We were surprised at how annoying the Snotlings ended up being.
Yeah, I think we had one game where he died really fast, and the second game he almost won it many times.
Yeah.
So it just
You just have to get used to how it plays.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
No,
and then thin it out and all that fun stuff. Get the right cards with the right.
Right.
I have new stuff to put in there.
Yeah.
I won't have the Carnivore pack sitting in my hand doing nothing.
What are you going? You got Orc and you're going what? Astro Militarum?
Astro Militarum, mostly Astro Militarum for the supports.
Yeah.
Just for the support play?
Mostly.
So for the routing cards and all that fun
The
stuff?
Outpost is scary.
It's very scary.
Yeah. To the route.
No,
it's the route one?
No, the one that adds 2
Two
per
damage.
support.
Yeah.
Kind of
It's
like
a
an
battle
Outpost.
cry.
Yeah.
My Snotlings ended up getting pretty nasty.
Yeah,
They were. It was like
4 or 4
They were
or 5.
4 or 6 sometimes.
Yeah, I need the AoE drones.
Yeah.
Cool.
I really want to make ambush platform on Shi, but I don't think there's room.
Yeah.
That'd be awful. Prelate? Ambush, just...
Alright, so let's go through. So what's your favorite card out of the pack? I mean, all the cards in here, the art is just amazing after amazing after amazing. What's your favorite?
Art?
Art-wise, yeah, art-wise.
Okay, art.
I really like the Fire Drake Terminators.
Okay. Wish I would have had that when I made my box. That's really cool too. I like that.
He does look pissed off. I don't know why you bring... I don't know. He's bringing a hammer and a shield to a
firefight.
firefight.
Okay.
It's a really good shield, I'm sure, though.
He's going against orcs.
I like the shadow field. It's kind of cool. The little whip.
Yeah. So you pick the shadow field or any...
I don't know. The real Orbital City is kind of cool too. I can just imagine it floating over and raining ethereals down.
Yeah.
The Warlord's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I like the stained glass window of Emperor Protects. So I don't know.
Yeah. I love the Evil Sun Warbiker.
Warbiker.
I mean that's my favorite. I like the orcs anyway.
Yeah.
And
he's
it's
cool looking.
sweet looking. Fun little orc card.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean I think so you're gonna update your on Ennui or on Shi.
Ennui, yeah. I would probably make Astro Militarum too for fun. Because, Ennui is... He's okay. I don't know. He's just
okay.
very...
I only want a sword championship.
No, it's a very good deck, but it's just kind of... You feel bad because you're like you're playing the other person. You're like, all right, we got this cool war. No, I have 3 tricks. You're dead. And it's just like, oh, okay.
So is there a way to break that up? You think?
What's that?
If you're playing that deck, what would you
play
try
against
to do?
it? I play Sears Exodus and run away.
Just so then they burn their Kion strikes and then to shoot.
Yeah, that or just having lots of guys.
You can swarm, have some support kills in, take out the supports.
Like if you had chaos and lots of money, you could always fry them with that one card, which would be great.
Not the Warp Storm, is it?
like Firestorm or something,
Yeah.
where they, they'd be like Prelate, and you'd be like 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then you tap the support from the first Warlord to put it back in your hand, and you're like, come on,
Yeah.
Prelate, Firestorm. No, actually, I do want to make a Chaos deck. I want to try to see if you can do the Slanesh thing yet, or if there's just not enough.
Not enough guys.
Not enough cultists and elites yet, because that would be kind of fun.
So, what card do you think is going to change the meta? I mean, you stated
On-She gets better.
On-She gets better.
I think there's a lot of really solid cards for everyone in this one. I do really like the new Warlord a lot. I think it's going to be an interesting deck build. And
Yeah,
there's enough cards in Astro Militarum to make a really interesting deck based around it.
It's like those guys just want
And
to kill
the
people.
combos you can set up between his own support units and everything else, it'll be pretty fun to watch.
all the stuff that wants to sacrifice and
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, just sacrifice. Hey, we got all these guys. We're going to just sacrifice.
Nope.
Sacrifice.
Hope so.
I think this card's going to see a lot of play. The Nocturne Ultima Stormbolter.
It's a heavy investment.
It's a heavy investment, but it can do some major damage.
But then your opponent also knows it's coming, though, is the bigger problem.
I mean, I think in a Ragnar deck,
Oh,
where you're going hunting, and
sure.
you want to have a guy that's going to support Ragnar, I think
Yeah,
that
put on
could-
his little dudes. But I mean,
Scary.
Yeah, I guess you do 8 damage.
it's like AOE. It's almost like it's
Yeah, because it's his attack value, not his
Yeah.
not printed value. So I guess if you put on one of Ragnar's little buddies on like Planet 6 and just wait to pop him over with Ragnar when you find the Warlord
yeah.
on a turn you have
He's
initiative.
doing 8.
Yeah, and you kill the Warlord.
You know, you do 8 or you do 4 and 4. I mean, it's almost like a mini AOE.
Nah, you kill the Warlord.
You have to hit another target.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
you have to hit another target. But so I mean, so so if you've got a bunch, you can take out a couple big guys, and they have to shield it twice.
Right. It could be helpful.
I think
expensive.
it's going to see. Yeah, it is expensive, but I think it's going to see some play. And I think I want to see how that support for the orcs really play.
Extra HP.
health.
Yeah, the health. Just see how much better that makes brutal. It may give you another swing. Or
That's
two.
one of those that you really need that early. I'm wondering if you almost have to, if you're really going to rely on it, if you almost have to risk having 3 in a deck, even though there's 2 wasted cards.
Yep.
It's also really expensive.
Yeah, that's a problem.
3 is a lot.
3 is a lot for support. I mean, I don't know. It's possible.
Lots of good stuff,
A
though.
lot of good stuff. All right. Well, I think that's it. So appreciate you guys watching. We're getting a little bit more options, I guess, as the things come out. I mean,
right.
I think it's everyone's looking at different builds and stuff, and we'll see a lot more in the meta. I think we got to get our first spring kit here probably sometime in the next couple of weeks. I think figure out a time to do that. So we'll be signing off here for 3D. I'm Bob.
John.
Josh?
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.